of Lawrenceville, Georgia, representing GTA, ladies and gentlemen, Jared Lee.
And with that, we are off, kicking off NFC 166, coming to you live from the Battery here in Smyrna, right outside of Atlanta, Georgia. We've got an action-packed evening coming at you. 16 big bouts, 13 MMA, 3 Muay Thai, and 5 big title fights. Calling the action tonight, you've got myself, Jim Shepard, along with the former NFC lightweight champion, the Candyman, Lawson McClure, here to guide you all the way through from 1 to 16.
We are starting off with some sweet Muay Thai action. We have young Mr. Lee in there, competing at 18 years old. Such a young age to start in the cage, but still, perfect time right now.
Battle of the Young Guns to kick us off this evening in Muay Thai action. Now, Lawson, for those viewers that may be MMA fans newer to the sport, what exactly is Muay Thai and how does that differ from MMA?
Well, Muay Thai is the art of 8 limbs, Jim. You have striking with the fists, elbows, knees, and legs. Punches, kicks, knees, elbows. But this being an amateur bout, not only will they be wearing headgear, but they will also be wearing shin pads, and elbows and knees to the head will not be allowed. All the other assets will be in play, though.
For those of you that like to boo every time the action goes to the ground, Muay Thai will be right up your alley. Should also be noted in Muay Thai, 2-minute rounds, 3 2-minute rounds, and 8 count is in effect. So if you see someone get wobbled and referee Brett McKeon steps in, that does not mean the fight is over. Here we go, Miscio in the white shorts, Lee in the black.
Mason immediately having to defend the high kick and a spinning heel kick. Lee very much in there and aggressive already. Boom. Some good combinations from Lee right here. Immediately trying to put Miscio on the defensive. Mason attempting the sweep, but unable to. Another spinning kick from Jared.
18-year-old Jared Lee fighting out of Gwinnett Training Academy under head striking coach Osi Abenwa, who told me we're in for a real treat with young Jared, that this kid, as he puts it, is an assassin, and that's going to get a stop.
Oh, a illegal blow at the amateur level right there, at least in the beginning amateur levels. In advanced amateurs, you may throw elbows, but you do have elbow pads on.
I'll give Mason this. That was a really pretty spinning elbow. It is unfortunate that that's illegal.
It is very much illegal at this level.
And as you can attest, Lawson, a lot of times it's just hard to turn those instincts off. These are things you're training in the gym. If you see the opening, you know, a good fighter, you don't think, you just do. And then typically right after you hit that illegal strike, you say, whoops. Bringing in Dr. Jeff Traub just to make sure that Jared's okay. That took all of a half second.
He's all right. I think he's just pissed.
Nobody likes getting hit with a spinning elbow.
No, not when you're not expecting it.
Even if it doesn't hurt, it's just like, damn, you just hit me with a spinning elbow.
Oh, no, I can see him right here, Jim. He is boring holes through Mason right now. He did not take that very well. He was definitely hurt his feelings. Oh, but Miscio throwing down now. He took that break to really collect himself, and now he jumps in on the offense, but Jared Lee is quick to clinch, quick to put him on the fence, which I might add adds a different bit of a dimension to Muay Thai, in my opinion, when you're in the cage versus a ring. Suddenly the clinch becomes a little bit different in terms of That was a good knee right there. My word.
The landing was clean. I think it's going to be close if Brett McKeon had just stopped the action, but he's giving him an 8 count.
Going to give him the count.
Yeah, to your point, Lawson, I've done both in a ring and a cage, and clinch wrestling on a cage, basically it feels like wrestling.
It does. It does. Wrestling with mittens on.
My goodness.
Miscio back on the attack. Jared Lee almost swept, but showing amazing balance when his kicks are being caught. Ooh, spinning heel kick. Gave him a good bonk right on the noodle.
Wow.
Flowing combination to finish the round.
Well, if round 1 was any indicator on how tonight is going to go, you guys and girls are in for a treat here at NFC 166. What a banger to start off the night.
Absolutely, Jim. I hope this is indicative of the energy for the rest of the evening.
It's like they say in pro wrestling, you're jerking the curtain, you're trying to get the crowd started hot. And I think Jared and Mason got the memo because they came out guns blazing. Each man landing some very sharp, significant strikes there in round 1. Some legal, some not as much. 16 fights tonight, all coming to you from live at the Battery. This crowd's still filing in. It is a sold-out crowd. All tickets sold out with over 10 days in advance for what is maybe the most highly anticipated card and main event in NFC history. As later tonight, we will see the much anticipated Lewis Brewington and Reese Watkins.
These 2-minute rounds go in a flash, Jim, but these guys are definitely throwing some intense action in there. Miscio with a bit of a question mark kick there. 1-2 right down the middle for Jared Lee.
And what a turn at the table. It needs to be noted in Muay Thai, there is a progression of points, and sweeping is at the top. Land all the punches you want. You get a good sweep like that, you're up by a lot.
That was a solid-looking sweep. He dumped him right on the back of his head.
Off a spinning heel kick, no less. That's highlight worthy. Jared Lee just lethal with those knees.
Very much so. He very much has like an old-school karate feel to the way he fights that I'm very much enjoying.
It is. It's heavy-handed, like a Kempo style, very upright, and it's forward, backward, in and out.
Very much. Switching sides very easily. Heavy knees in the clinch, which you know I love, Jim.
Yeah, I know.
Excellent fight tonight. I can see Jared Lee trying to measure. Boom, for the head kick.
This is something Jared told me great, again, with the changing of stances. That was slick. That was a pro caliber setup right there.
Second time Mason Miscio hits the floor. Bit slower to get up this time, for sure.
The body shots may not have the same visceral effect as getting hit in the head, but anyone that's been hit in the body will tell you'll take the head strike any day.
I'll definitely take the head strike over the body shot.
Oh, my goodness.
Boom, heavy shots to the body. Miscio firing back again, just like he did when he was hurt the last time. 10 seconds here left in this round. Jared Lee trying to put an exclamation point here. I got to say that's 2-0 in my book, Jim.
That one was a little more emphatic. You know, Miscio had some really good moments in the first round. That round was a Jared Lee highlight round. The sweep, that I hope we can get a replay. That you know, to the amateur eye, you may not have recognized what he did, but he used his punches to change his stance and close ground and land that beautiful body shot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
I may have to ask him afterwards to teach me that. 18-year-old Jared Lee.
Park it like it's hot.
I gotta say, I'm digging the way Jared fights. It's a little stiff for my taste, but I like the switching of stances. I like the straight punches. I like the combination. He's definitely linking his punches and kicks together very efficiently. Throwing punches off of kicks, kicks off of punches. When you get that type of flow, Jim, it's really easy to succeed with your combinations.
And one thing he told me yesterday that he's been spending a lot of time focusing on is his distance control, which is something you and I talk about a lot at the amateur level. These fighters tend to always be a mile away or right in each other's face. And he's been focusing on being at a distance where he can easily get in and out of the pocket, avoid damage, and inflict it. And we're seeing that work pay off here. Meanwhile, Mason Miscio, he's going to need a finish here. And he certainly has the tools to get that done. He's got some heavy hands, some very inventive kicks, and he's going to need to nail one flush.
Absolutely. He needs a finish right here because Jared Lee is up 2 rounds to none, and he has inflicted definitely some damage here. Because you and I both know that getting dropped with a knee to the body, it drains that gas tank every time.
Yeah, it drained the energy and it gave you a 10-8 round. 2 things you don't want.
Also, sweeping. As surprising as it sounds, even though it doesn't hurt, folks, it actually tires you out. Getting dropped to your butt and having to stand up again, you'd be surprised how much that wears you out.
Especially a big sweep when your leg go your ass overhead and you're hitting the ground.
Oh yeah,
doesn't feel good and it's embarrassing.
Ass over tea kettle. It's not a good look. Boom, solid body kick. That hurt Miscio right there. That was a very snappy kick to the midsection from Jared Lee.
He's hurt.
Oh, very much so.
Oh,
we're about to see him. He is doing everything he can to cover up his middle. Boom.
That's it.
And that is it. Good stoppage right there. Excellent win for Jared Lee.
Referee Brett McKeon, one of the best, in my opinion, right on top of that stoppage, not letting Mason Miscio take any more damage than needed. And wow, I mean, that was like watching a video game. The way Jared Lee was just chaining all those strikes together. What an emphatic win.
Oh, yeah, he looked like a character from Tekken. Absolutely.
The 2 body shots and then the last one to the liver, added with a knee, and that's the end of the day for Mason Miscio.
You know, it really harkens back, and I think you'll agree with me here, Jim, to the old school sparkly pants karate days of kickboxing in America. Very much straight, good straight punch boxing combined with some classic kicks, and you have a solid win.
It really was very Rick Rufus-esque. I thought about that, but it's very in and out, heavy hands, and then some wild kicks. And for Mason Miscio, especially early on, some really good moments. That started off hot, had a good first round. Jared Lee just bringing too many tools to this fight.
Looking like a monk with a shaved head. All right. As always, moving forward. Next, we have Machado Butler for our first amateur MMA bout of the evening.
Well, before we get to Butler and Machado, I think the lovely Kimberly Sargent's going to serenade us on the mic. No one's going to have a problem with. Everyone likes a good opportunity to hear Kim talk.
Jared looks about as serious as a heart attack right now. God forbid you should smile after you win, folks.
them the kind of living can